Abraham Lincoln once said, if you give him 6 hours to chop down a tree, he will take 4 hours to sharpen an axe, then 2 hours to take down the tree. This is the startup where we inspire businesses. We are featuring a young entrepreneur, Dickson Wambari of Crave. He started his business with 40,000 Kenyan shillings. But the most important thing, he's in the creative industry. Dickson, karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
You have a very nice garden.
Thank you.
What do you usually use this garden for?
Just to inspire myself. You know, as creatives, you need somewhere where you can relax and just feel the inspiration.
Feel the inspiration. Yes. It's so ambient.
Thank you.
And you're in the creative industry.
Yes, yes.
Tell me the story of Crave.
Crave, we started it as I started it as it was a partnership where me and my brother, he's more of a software engineer and I'm creative, and I felt that I needed to make use of my talent because I used to work in the media industry and then I left. So we started by just creating, mostly it was motion graphics. We would create them for various television stations, and I would also create graphics, motion graphics for advertising agencies. And we grew and we started doing now animated 3D short films and short clips. And also sometimes we would get advertisements where we would put in 3D animation bit by bit.
Crave. Why the name Crave?
Actually, Crave is made up of 2 words, media and crave. Crave meaning, just wanting so much.
Craving.
Yeah, craving for something, the desire to do something. And then, of course, media, animation is a type of media. Yeah.
Your startup, very interesting. You started with 40,000 shillings. Where did you get this 40,000 and how did you use this amount of money?
Actually, even the 40,000, it was not 40,000 per se, because I remember that time computers were being, I started with a clone machine.
A clone machine?
Yeah.
Meaning, probably,
meaning I had to buy a RAM, I had to buy an assembled machine, yeah. So bit by bit, so of course, if I look at how, the cost of that machine, generally it was 40,000, but of course, I could get 20,000 there, 10,000 here, 5,000 there, slowly by slowly.
Yeah. Now, which role was your brother playing as a software engineer?
For him, it was more of, sometimes he would advise me on the kind of software that I should use. And him being, I remember the first jobs we were doing, it was basically websites. So him would develop the website, I would put more of the animations and things like that.
Now, Dickson, your startup, Crave, you have now this laptop. How did you now start getting in a first client?
Okay, my first client, as I remember, I'd started just doing things and putting them on YouTube, yeah. And then, of course, I got my first client. I remember that time it was just a graphic design job. Someone wanted an intro of a program, so I did the intro, and it was the quickest money that I've ever made. I remember it was 16,000.
16,000 shillings.
I made that animation within 3 hours, and I got that. It was the most sweetest money that I've ever spent, because that animation I took like 4 hours to do it. It was an intro, a motion animation. a motion graphic thing.
And the client loved it.
And the client loved it. Yeah.
Now, right now, what are some of the services that you're offering currently?
Mostly it is motion graphics for television stations, basically creative broadcast design, in terms of if like now most of the television stations that are coming up, I'm trying to see how I can create for them, like the station IDs, which are more creative, and sometimes also montages, intros for programs and things like that. We also create animations for advertising. Yeah, like some companies prefer, animated characters in the advertisements. Yeah, and basically that's more of what we do.
Probably when you're mentioning some companies prefer that, why is that?
Because most these big companies, so we have a problem in maybe getting business from them because they prefer maybe working with big companies. So sometimes they would get jobs done in South Africa, sometimes India, because maybe they feel that our animations are not up to par. Yeah, and basically those are some of the setbacks we normally have.
Okay. Are you still working with your brother currently as a partner in business?
Okay, right now he got employed, so now he left, but he's still a director.
He didn't have that entrepreneurial spirit.
He still so he gives me advice, and sometimes, of course, when it comes to making decisions, and the company would work together. But full time, him to now the business to him is just more part time.
Now, Media Crave as a business, how do you usually market it?
Mostly, our business is through referrals.
You do me good,
Yeah,
then I can tell another client.
exactly. So majority of our jobs, that's how we get them. Of course, we've tried to advertise in the social media platform like in YouTube, Facebook, yeah, because that's a bit, it's a bit cheaper for startups like us.
Yeah, Tenant, hii ni ngoma yako. Tenant, si ati nakuchukia. Tenant.
Your business, the industry that you are, 70% creativity, 40% physical. How do you manage that?
I should say there are two sides of the coin. Of course, if you're more creative, you get the jobs. But again, you also have to deliver in terms of you have to be technical, as in you have to keep abreast with technology and all that. As much as you are creative, you need to know the kind of softwares that you can use to achieve your those high standards. So I think it's 50-50. Yeah, and at times the problem with creativity, sometimes you have it, sometimes that's why I have to have a nice garden.
A nice garden like this. That's good. Now, what are some of the lessons that you've learned while in this business?
To persevere, to be patient, and to be persistent. I mean, in business, there are times you will not have clients. There are times it will be so dry, and there are times you will make. So sometimes you have to learn when it's like when a farmer, when you're harvesting and you have to keep some for the dry season. So even us as a company, sometimes you have to ensure that when you are making it, we have to also keep some, for when it's dry. But it's business, I mean, yeah.
Now, as Media Crave now, how many people do you work with?
The number varies because sometimes it's very expensive to keep permanent people because
So you outsource according to the job that you're given?
yeah, exactly. So if I get a bigger job, of course I will have a bigger number. Yeah, but of course there are those people that I keep on working with.
Do you face any challenges in this business, and how do you overcome these challenges?
There's so many challenges. Of course, in terms of marketing, it's very expensive. So I try so much to do the best. Yeah, in terms of creativity, I have to ensure that the jobs that I get, I do them too. I put my best foot forward, so that I can also attract other clients from what I've done. Yeah.
Okay. You identifying the people to work with, what are the qualities are you looking forward for?
Currently I'm working with one of my apprentices, someone I've worked with, Omondi Collins, and for him, he's passionate in what he does. So I have to ensure that any person that I'm working with has to be has to have that passion, yeah, because if someone is not passionate, it's very hard for us to pull hours, you know, because at times, like with Collins, we work even, sometimes we can decide to work even overnight, yeah, working, because with animation, because of passion, you have to be in a position to stay long hours, yeah, so that we are able to finish what we have in short times. And
Dixon, you are young.
yeah.
You are a startup.
Yeah.
What advice can you give other startups outside there?
To always believe in yourself, and it's always good to make money from something that you're passionate with, so that in case you don't get that money, you still have that driving force. Because if you are at it because of money, when there is no money, it means you will divorce that that business. So in any business that you're getting into, it's something that you should be passionate about. Yeah.
You're working in your own house. You have a very nice compound, family and friends. What was their take when you ventured into this business?
I must say my family has always been supportive. Yeah, because if you don't have a supportive family, because there are times when I didn't have business and my family was there, my brother, yeah, my wife, you know, it's good to have family because they encourage you.
The future of Media Crave and the future of animation industry in the country, Kenya?
We want to now do world-class movies. Yeah, as a company, we want to provide content. Yeah, to make animated films which are Kenyan to sell.
What has been the perception of the market outside there?
Of course, right now I thank God because companies have started appreciating animation. Yeah, and most of the companies are embracing animation as a technique to bring out their message. So I know the future is bright for animation in Kenya, because, and also institutions like Multimedia University are trying to create this human resource that is needed. So I'm sure the future is bright. We shall have many people in this field, and I know with the many people, it means more competition. It means now the creativity will go high, even the standards will go high.
Thank you so much, Dixon.
You're welcome.
And also getting that opportunity to welcome us to feature you as a startup.
Thank you so much.
Strive always not to be a success, but to be of value. That is the key take that we take from the story of Dixon Wambari, the director of Media Crave. After the break, we are cracking a startup. Then later on, Dr. Melvin De Lima will share with us the importance of mentors in a startup.